I can do anything. I can reach any goal today. I can do what I want. I can be what I want to be.
Hi guys, Katie Azevedo here from SchoolHabits.com. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you see, please give it a thumbs up, or better yet, subscribe button below on one of these sides. Now, today's video is about how to concentrate in class and how to avoid that zone out. So, true story, I once fell dead asleep during a high-level college chemistry class. Who doesn't? But not drowsy, not blinking really slowly, but like straight out asleep. I slept so hard that I only woke up when other students were climbing over me to leave after class. And it wasn't until later that day that I looked in the mirror and saw a pen on my face. It was like on my ear from falling asleep on my notes. I was cool. I was so cool. Don't be me. Don't fall asleep in class. So honestly though, falling asleep in class was never really my thing. I did it that once because I had a bazillion things going on and I hadn't slept and yada yada, but staying awake was never really an ongoing struggle for me. But concentrating in class is different, and that is something that everyone struggles with at some point during school. And I'm assuming that might be you if you're watching this video. So what I'm referring to here is the common problem of zoning out when the teacher is talking. When your eyes are open but nobody is home, as the expression goes. There are so many reasons why you might zone out during class. Now, a big one would be that you don't find the material interesting. And I get that. Even as an adult, I find it challenging to focus on something that isn't my favorite. If you're in middle school or high school, it's unlikely that you're going to have too much control over the classes you take, with some exceptions in high school. So the harsh truth is that you're going to have to make it work. You're going to have to figure it out. You're going to have to find a few tricks that you can resort to over and over again that will help you concentrate when you're just about to check out. Oh hey, I'll give you 7 tricks in just a second. But before I give you my tips for concentrating during class, I just have to say that if your concentration difficulties are due to a diagnosed ADD or an ADHD, then my advice might not be enough for you. You might have to work with a specialist to find strategies that are specific to your needs. Or you might find that a few of my ideas here even complement whatever approaches your specialist has taught you. It's so worth a shot, isn't it? So here we go, 7 tips for concentrating better in class. Number 1, sit in the front. It's not earth-shattering to know that sitting in the front of the classroom can increase your concentration, but it's true. It increases your concentration due to A, hearing the teacher better, B, not being allowed to goof off, C, less distractions in front of you, and D, a gazillion reasons more. So find a seat in the front, get comfortable. For some reason, the simple strategy can be so effective. If you haven't tried it yet, try it. Number 2, take detailed notes. So if you're not confident in your note-taking skills, then watch my video about how to take notes during a lecture class. But even if taking notes isn't required for a class, take notes anyway, as a way to stay awake, alert, and focused. Now, if your goal is to take solid, clean, neat notes, then you're going to be forced to concentrate on what your teacher is saying. Number 3, ask questions. Participate in class whenever you can, either by raising your hand to comment or to ask a question. Here's a tip. You can even ask a question you already know the answer to if you're desperate for a way to participate and don't have a real question. Just thinking of a question ahead of time that you know the answer to, it keeps you awake enough to, pay attention to the timing of when to raise your hand, of phrasing the question, of listening for the answer, even if you know the answer. It's just another way to stay engaged. Now, aim to contribute at least 3 questions or comments during the class and keep track by writing it down each time you do so. Just the act of keeping track of your comments and questions is sometimes enough to keep you alert. If you have trouble thinking of questions to ask, you can always resort to the classics. Why? How? Or what? Number 4, take care of yourself. Make sure you're sleeping enough, eating good clean food, and drinking plenty of water. Dehydration can suck the life out of you. Don't get to that point. Also, try drinking a full bottle of water, not like giant, but a bottle of water throughout class. The act of drinking will help you stay alert, but also you'll eventually have to use the bathroom. It's not a bad thing because sometimes that little trip down the hall can revive your energy just enough to get you to the end of class. Some of you may rely on caffeine. I'm not going to comment too much on that because I love my coffee more than anybody. But I will say that caffeine is not a healthy way to fix your concentration issues. If you like coffee because you like it, fine, great. But if you depend on caffeine to get you through class, The danger is that you're really masking a bigger underlying issue. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a stab wound. It's not gonna work. Also, exercise. I think I say this in all my videos, but try to get some regular physical movement in every single day. Maybe you can arrange your schedule so that you have a class that's difficult to concentrate in right after gym. So the adrenaline rush from gym keeps you awake during class. Or if you don't have that type of control over your schedule, take the stairs or walk the halls as many times as possible before class starts. You want to know what I do? Bathroom squats. Oh yeah, they are exactly as they sound. You go into a stall and you do as many squats as possible in a minute. Like, not when you're going to the bathroom, that's weird. But it works like a charm every single time. Don't knock it till you try it. Seriously, it revives you. It is a little weird. Number 5, be prepared for class. Now this one is not always possible, but when it is, it works so well. If you know what your class is going to be on, try to get ahead by reading up on the material beforehand. For example, if you know you'll be covering chapter 4 in biology, then skim over chapter 4 the night before so you have a framework for the class. And if you know you'll be talking about the Civil War in history class, then do a little research. Google's fine, the night before. There is something about understanding the material a little before you hear it from your teacher that reduces the likelihood of zoning out. We perk up and pay attention, a little bit more attention to things that are familiar because they take less effort to process. Number 6, make eye contact with the teacher. Now this may sound a little creepy, but there is a scientific explanation here, which I'm sure I'm gonna butcher, but eye contact can be a stimulant. Sounds odd, but when we look into another person's eyes, our bodies release chemicals that increase focus, adrenaline, and energy. Now there's also scenarios when eye contact can actually have a calming effect, which is cool, but that's not relevant here. When my babies were, babies, I would sneak into their rooms and check on them at night. And if they're awake, I would deliberately avoid looking deeply into their eyes. That sounds mean, but it's true because I knew that if doing so, if I did that, I would stir them up. So you don't have to gaze into your teacher's eyes. You can if you want to, but just make eye contact every few minutes and let your body do its chemical thing. Number 7, dump your brain. I talk about brain dumping in so many of my other videos, so I'm just gonna give you the quick gist here. This is where you write down absolutely everything that's on your mind. Everything. From the little stuff to the big stuff. Write down reminders, questions, tasks, things that are bothering you, everything. Because once it's on paper, it is out of your head, at least temporarily. With less loose ends floating around up here, you're gonna free up mind space to concentrate in class. Keep all your mind dumps in a designated notebook and get a cool one so it keeps it exciting. Now during class, if a random and distracting thought pops up, you write it down quickly, you get back to focusing on your class. Sometimes your thoughts just want to be acknowledged and you acknowledge them, you give them credit for being thoughts and you put them on paper, they feel listened to. You might think I'm a quack talking like this, but it's true, and you get it out on paper. It has a place to be so that you can be present and listen to your class, pay attention, concentrate, get back to that thought later. Yeah, you follow that? All right. So listen, the bottom line here is that we all zone out once in a while. Heck, I even do it when people are talking directly to me, like 5 inches from my face. But obviously, you have to make some changes to your school habits if you find yourself zoning out all the time, and especially if your lack of concentration affects your grades. Try the 7 tips I talk about here and let me know how they work for you in the comments. And if you have your own strategies for staying focused in class, please add them to the comments section below, because if they've helped you, they're probably going to help someone else, and wouldn't that be awesome to help each other out? And also, don't forget to click like and subscribe. Not thumbs down. Like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.